You know, I'm sitting here the last couple of days, and not here particularly, but in mindset, that of what's happening in baseball right now with the Mets. And you see, I grew up a Met fan just as long as I was a Cowboy fan. Now, but I was groomed from my parents as being a Mets fan. My stepfather, who she's my real father, was a Met fan. Okay, my mother was a Yankees fan. Okay, and so that split me and my brother. I became a Mets fan. He became a Yankee fan, and that's how we grew up, battling each other out. Of course, I did most of the losing, being a Met fan. All right, but I stayed loyal. They had Carlos Beltran hired as their new manager, and given the fact that he's just been fired as a new manager, and along with others who were like Cora from the Red Sox and Altuve, who's in trouble, who maybe is still in trouble, all right? I'm thinking to myself, where did they get the fact that Carlos Beltran was manager material? Hi, I'm Cowboys Legends for Life, coming back at you with another video with my host, did you like the last one? Yes, I'm still Cowboys Legends for Life, but I'm talking about baseball today because, like I said, I'm a lifelong Met fan. And I think about Carlos Beltran. He's been one of my favorite Met players since back in the 60s, okay? And that, and I went crazy when Willie Mays came to play for us for the last couple of years with the Mets. And that was a big thrill. That made me even a stronger fan of baseball and the Mets. Okay, but my point being is that Carlos Beltran, I used to call years ago the quintessential ball player. I mean, he had it all. He had the strength, the power. I mean, he had speed. He was. I think he still has the best base stealing percentage in baseball right now. They might be still number one. All right, and so he was up there with me, for my concern, my mindset, with Willie Mays because of the way he played in the field and everything. All right, now of course his stats are nowhere near what Willie Mays did, but he was that ball player, that you needed down the stretch, or you needed when the crunch time came. But when you think about him becoming a manager, I think one thing in my mindset is that what experience did he have in coaching? None that I know of. Maybe some of you out there may know that he had some experience in coaching, but I haven't seen none. He wasn't even a bench coach. He's second in command, and I've never seen that. So, look, first, honestly, I have not truly followed the Mets in the last couple of seasons because I've been so sick and disappointed with them. I've been so sick of how they've been playing, okay? But the thing is, the truth is that I think I've watched maybe 30 games in the last 2 seasons, and I mean that. That's how disgusted I was with them, all right? They had the wrong guy coaching them, managing them. They did. And also, I didn't even like Terry Collins. I mean, I'm happy the fact that in 2015 they finally got to the World Series after such a long layoff, but they didn't win it, and they should have won it. Because Terry Collins didn't know anything about his own pitching staff. He had one of the best pitching staffs in baseball. Best pitching staff in baseball, okay? With DeGrom being my favorite pitcher in baseball, okay? And he could not use them right. He never could use them right. I'm surprised that he had 1 or 2 winning seasons. I'm surprised he had that when he started managing the Mets. I knew he was the wrong guy. I never liked Terry Collins, okay? I appreciate the fact that what he did last couple of seasons before he had a bad season finally again, and then reverted back to losing ways, and then eventually let him go for manager and put him in the front office. They like Terry Collins, but that's the way the owners of the owners of the Mets are. You understand? They're like the Wilpons are a lot like the damn Jones. You understand? They're horrible at management. They're horrible at ownership. Horrible at it. Okay. But that's another story. I'll get into that. And with the situation with Willie Randolph, I'll be talking about that in the future too. All right. But I'm asking now myself, being Carlos Beltran was being fired because of the scandal we've been watching the last few days about the about the what do you call it, the sign stealing. They've been doing that for years. I mean, they still do it. You understand? Even with the fact that they're doing it very sophisticated today, they've been stealing signs for years. They can get away with it, they're going to do it, but people have always stole signs. They always stole signs. Okay? Even on the sideline, they see the guy doing like that, and you can't do that. And they're like, you know what? I know what he's going to do. Get prepared for it. They stole signs all along. Now, that's okay. But when you cheat the way supposedly the Red Sox who did it, they cheated a couple of years ago when they won the World Series. They would cheat. They got caught cheating. Also, what the Astros did was ridiculous. You know what I mean? And they had a buzzer in the shirt. That's ridiculous. Okay, but the thing is that like I said, they always stole signs. But they went too far, and they did punish the right people. All right, and I don't know what they're gonna do with Altuve, but they did punish Cora, and they punished the Mets let go Beltran as their manager. All right, rightfully so. All right. Now I would have been like, it was interesting to have Beltran as the manager, but I didn't see anything in terms of him being the manager. What experience did he have? And I could see what Randolph was sitting next to Joe Torre for years before he was given a shot by the Mets as his bench coach. Okay, but where did Carlos Beltran get any experience from? The guy that replaced Terry Collins didn't do anything much. I think he was a minor league coach or something like that. I don't even remember the guy's name. In fact, he wasn't important. He was that bad of a manager. I don't even care about him, okay? Because he made me stop watching the Mets for years, okay? Including Terry Collins when they had that horrible season before he was replaced. But the thing, I'm not trying to get off track here, but the thing is this: is that who's going to take Beltran's place? Because the man I wanted to mold the Mets and take over the Mets was Joe Girardi. I've been wanting Joe Girardi to manage the Mets for freaking years. After the Yankees, especially when the Yankees let him go. That was dumb. That was dumb as hell. Okay, they let him go. All right. Now I agree with you that what's his name became their current manager for the Yankees. Turns out to be a pretty good manager. I questioned it. My cousin questioned it. Because other people questioned it. Because I got cousins. We stay close with sports all the time, no matter what the sports we grew up with strongly. All right, among other things we do as families. But the thing is that I think that the current manager, I forgot his name right now. It'll come to me. But he turned out to be a pretty good manager. You know why? He somehow learned how to use his pitching staff, while Joe Girardi was a master at. Being able to use his pitching staff at the proper times. Joe Girardi was a master at that. Terry Collins was horrible. He didn't know what the hell he was doing. He did not. All right? So, and this guy who took his place knew less than he did. But I'm just puzzled. Now that we're going to be dealing with the Phillies and the Washington Nationals who kicked our ass, all right? And now we're going to be dealing with both these managers in the Eastern Division. I would have been happy if he was somewhere in another division, but now we got to deal with Joe Girardi in our division. The Phillies, who I can't stand. Can't stand the Phillies. All right? And now we got to deal with that. So anybody who takes the place of Beltran, who never really was the manager because he never got started, spring training ain't here yet. And it ain't here for another couple of weeks. So therefore, what was he, an interim? Basically, you might say an interim. You can't say he was the manager. He did nothing. He probably didn't have enough time to do paperwork. And that's strange, right? But I'm not questioning what baseball, MLB did to try to resolve what took place at this scandal. I'm merely saying that sign stealing has been going on for years, okay? And that's okay if you want to cheat, but to go get goggle glasses and somebody's back, and somebody's up somewhere hiding in the back in the backfield somewhere, and look at what they doing at the signs and knowing what they are, that's pretty bad cheating. Okay, knowing what you can guess at and try to steal the sign and let them know that this is what they're going to do, that's okay. But to have a buzzer in your shirt and knowing the signs what they are and telling them what they're going to be hitting, and you start to wonder, well, how was it that easy for the Astros to win the World Series? Or in the postseason anyway? They've been stealing those signs. So, hey, that's just crazy. They've been able to hit pitchers that were throwing 120 miles an hour easily, like it was like they were throwing 60. 60 miles an hour fastballs. So that's crazy. But, not to fall off track, but you see, the Mets have bad management. They've had bad management for years since the Wilpons took over, who are a bunch of crooks as far as I'm concerned, because they should be sitting in jail. They should have been sitting in jail with Bernie Madoff because they helped him not only steal the money, they tried to help him hide it. And they had to pay back nearly $1 billion to whoever to keep their asses out of jail. How convenient for them. All right? But the Wilpons should have been in jail along with Bernie Madoff. And for that reason that they had to pay that money back, it ruined the Mets for years. All right? So, all right, that's okay. But the Mets were been trying to get themselves off their feet for a long time, And no help from the Wilpons because they don't like spending money. When they started to spend money, they started to win. Okay? And I'm very hopeful. I was actually hopeful for this coming season. Now that Cespedes is coming back, finally healthy. Hopefully he'll stay healthy. And we got now with JD. What's his name? I'm sorry about that. Don't ask me to remember the Mets players' names right now. All right, because right now all I remember right now is my man. All right, there's my man DeGrom. Okay, all right. So I'm hopeful what this spring training is going to look like. And I think that depending on who they hire as a manager to replace Beltran, it's going to bring that hopefulness in me to want to watch them in the entire season. Other than that, man, I'm not sitting there supporting losers anymore. I just ain't going to do it. That's why I made up my mind 4 years ago. I ain't supporting losers anymore. And that's why I stopped watching the Mets when Collins was the Met manager. And in that year, when I said that, they went to the World Series. When I said I'm not watching them no more until they get somebody to replace this fool, they went to the World Series. I don't know, man. I don't know my own power. I can't handle my own power, man. But other than that, it's going to be fun to me to watch the Mets do things. I want to see this manager be able to handle his pitching staff because, boy, the Mets still, even with the Dark Knight gone, okay? Even with him gone, the Mets still have a formidable pitching staff. Okay, with DeGrom leading the way, and I had this debate with my brother a couple of years ago, before he took sick. Okay, I forgot Thor. I forgot his name. So I'll get that name too. That he's going to be the Mets ace, and I said no way in the world, no way in hell, not the Dark Knight. No one's going to take DeGrom out of that position because he's going to end up being the ace. He's going to stay the ace. That's how great a pitcher he is, and I said that years ago. And he won back-to-back Cy Young Awards. Amazing fucking pitcher. Amazing pitcher, bro. So that was from due to me knowing my kid about baseball, and football. Like, come on, a lot of things that took place. I told you that will take place. That has happened now, okay? And in football, okay? And so I'll be talking about that in the future too. But right now, like I said, this is about baseball and the Mets. And I'm kind of happy that they were able to keep our pitching staff together as much as they possibly can. All right, and the other people they got like Gazelman and Lugo will solidify that roster. All right, so but. Interesting that we got Joe Girardi coming against us now. I felt safe when he was in the American League. I no longer feel safe now. He's that good of a manager. And I wanted that man on our team bad. So, sorry, Beltran. This happened to you. And I hope they don't keep you out of the Hall of Fame. But This may keep you out of the Hall of Fame. If they can keep Pete Rose, the greatest hitter in baseball, out of the Hall of Fame, they can damn sure keep you out of the Hall of Fame too for stealing signs. So with that, I say, all right, Cowboy fans and Met fans out there. I'm sorry, I gotta do a switch over. I gotta get used to this now, you know. So when you're gonna get in front of the camera. So as Met fans out there, let's hope that the season is going to be a lot different this time than it has been in the last couple of years, because I want to be able to watch my team again in full flight for the division fight. Full flight for the division fight. Okay, I want it to be like the Mets and against the Nationals back in 2015. That season was absolutely powerful, man. All right, so with that, see y'all later. Peace.